Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. Hope you're doing well. It is Sunday evening. It is October 16th. I am here to take a few brief moments to discuss the Miami Dolphins' 8-point loss at home to the Minnesota Vikings, 24-16. If you do like the content, I should say, and the comments of this video, you can go right ahead and hit the thumbs up. That would be awesome. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. Now, to get started, guys, this was one that saw a lot of defense in the first half. Dolphins down by a touchdown, 10-3 at the half. And you're thinking, okay, if the Dolphins lose, it's going to be something a lot like a 17-13 loss, maybe 20-13, something like that. It was a little bit higher scoring in the second half, but really when everything was over and the final whistle sounded, I have two takeaways, one negative and one positive for this Miami Dolphin team. The big negative are these very annoying continuous penalties by the offense. And there was a sequence in the first half where the Dolphins were penalized something like 5 out of 7 plays on offense. I mean, you're not going to win games, and it's a variety of different things. It's holding, it's offensive interference, it's illegal man downfield kind of stuff. It wasn't just one thing. It was like a variety of 4 different things. And when all was said and done, we could say, well, Tua's coming back in week 7 at home against the Steelers on Sunday night and all that good stuff. And we saw a lot of good things. We could say all that, but the Dolphins really were successful in throwing the football. They threw collectively between Skylar Thompson and Teddy Bridgewater. They threw for over 400 yards, something like 418 yards. Thompson would go 7 of 13 for 89 yards. Bridgewater throws for 329, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, Thompson would leave with a thumb injury of some sort. Bridgewater comes in without a full week of practice. I don't even think it was close to a full week of practice. So he was basically available. He cleared the protocol from what I understand, was available, but not only did he not really practice much, he hasn't played much football at all in a couple of weeks, but he comes in and despite making a few costly mistakes, he plays really well. Certainly found a connection with Tyreek Hill, who would have 12 catches for 177 yards, career highs for the Dolphins. Knowing the Chiefs, he had a handful of games like that, but for the Dolphins, I am pretty sure those are career highs, and only his 6th game as a Miami Dolphin. Jalen Waddle also had a nice second half, would finish with 6 catches, 129 yards. Mike Gesicki, 2 touchdown receptions, 69 yards on 6 catches. Edmonds, 2 for 28. Ingold had 2 catches, 10 yards. Mostert, 1 for -1. Trent Sherfield, a catch for 6 yards. So the offense certainly did come alive for the Dolphins, but it's just the mistakes. The mistakes, guys. It's the combination of the mistakes. There was some trouble running the football. But if I have a criticism, though, I think the Dolphins in that second half went away from the run a little bit. I mean, it's not like Raheem Mostert was struggling that much. He finished with 49 yards on the ground, 14 carries. That gets you about 3.5 yards a carry. Usually he's a little bit better than that. Bridgewater added a 10-yard carry. Thompson a 9-yard carry. Chase Edmonds, 2 carries, 3 yards. Alec Ingold, the carry, 2 yards. So it was a struggle on the ground a little bit there for the Dolphins. Nothing that bad. My other main takeaway, so big takeaway number 1, the big positive would be that I think the passing game certainly came alive. I mean, I keep hearing, well, Tua's coming back, and with all due respect to Tua, moving the ball on offense, especially through the air, was the least of my concerns, that's for sure, in this game. But with the negatives, the offensive penalties, and the fact that the defense that played spectacular in the first half, the defense played spectacular, kind of went back to the old defense we saw in Week 5 against the Jets, allowing huge plays. The Dalvin Cook 53-yard run, which proved to be the game-winning touchdown. Dolphins were tremendous stopping the running game of the Vikings and Dalvin Cook until the 53-yard burst would look like an off-tackle type run. He would finish with 77 yards, 13 carries, and a touchdown. And other than that, you had C.J. Ham had that first down rush. I think it was like third and short. He had a carry for 3 yards. Alexander Madison, the same carry for 3 yards. Cousins, that is Kirk Cousins, 2 carries minus 5 yards. Cousins is really good, but he was more in game manage mode today. 20 for 30, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played a pretty clean game, but he wasn't really trying to win the game with his arm. Vikings knew they were in for a tough game, I think, and they played it pretty conservatively. Justin Jefferson, I mean, you're really not going to stop him. He's really good. I mean, you can make the argument he's the premier wide receiver in the NFL right now. 6 catches, 107 yards. Adam Thielen, 4 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Although Tyreek Hill would probably have something to say about that as far as Justin Jefferson being the premier wide receiver in the league. KJ Osborne, 3 for 18. It was Irv Smith with 4 catches, 7 yards. He had that touchdown reception in the back of the end zone. Johnny Munt, 2 catches, 1 yard. So the Vikings, with the win, go to 5-1. The Dolphins, with the loss, fall to 3-3 after a 3-0 start. Part of the, and again, see, I'm not falling into the trap. You guys could fall into the trap if you want to, and that is, feel good about everything because Tua's coming back and all this stuff, because that's what happens every year. So it has really nothing to do with Tua. It has something to do with like the last 20 plus years of the Dolphins. There always seems to be something to feel good about. But I'll say this, the defense, although there were some great signs and some great possessions, they played in the first half very well. They have to put together 60 minutes, or at least close to 60 minutes of good defense, good team defense. The Vikings are a good team. I mean, certainly a very talented team. They'll be on a bye next week, and you got to say it's a well-deserved bye. I mean, they won 5 out of their first 6 games. Dolphins host Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. That'll be huge because Steelers just pulled off an upset over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 6, 20-18. So we got to see what's going on there, guys. I mean, the Steelers are not going to be a walk in the park, so we can't even think of that for 1/2 a second, that's going to be anything close to an easy game. I really don't think the Dolphins are going to have many easy games, and I say that because I think we're looking right now at a defense that's like average at best, in my humble opinion. What I've seen, especially what I saw against the Jets and the second half of today, that's not even an average defense. It's a below average defense, although I'm going to give them average rating only because of the fact that they really stepped it up in the first half today and played pretty well. But there's a lot of work. They have to get healthy. They have some key injuries on defense. So it's kind of a woulda, coulda, shoulda situation for the Dolphin defense right now. They have to show us, guys. And they'll have a good opportunity, I think, against the Steelers, who've been struggling on offense for most of the season. Although they generated a couple of big plays, I think the rookie quarterback, Pickett, did get injured in that game. I'm not sure what the exact situation is there, but we'll have to wait and see regarding his availability in the weeks to come. especially in Week 7 against the Dolphins. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, guys. I will talk to you again soon, and bye for now.